Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out this afternoon. We're very excited to have you all here. My name is Sam Havens. I'm the workshop and residency manager here at the church. We're really excited to have Paulo Josepetti here. He's one of our artists in residence for these next 2 weeks. So he is a multimedia artist as well as a fashion designer, and we're really excited to hear more about him and his practice. He's originally from Brazil. He's now working in New York City, where he has his own practice in fashion design. It's really exciting. So without further ado.
Good afternoon. How are you? Thank you for coming. I'm so grateful to guys having you guys here today. Thank you for the power for the creator to bring us together this afternoon, right? Now, my name is Paulo Josepetti. I'm from Brazil. I want to talk a little bit about my history, my practicing art. So I can't like start talking about that without talking about my mom. Like she's semi-stressed. So when I have 6 years old, like this is the first machine she gave to me because I always like drawing in the streets, doing a lot of things. But it's like one day I come to her and said, I wanna buy chocolate. I wanna say you ate all the chocolate right now. So sit in this machine. I will teach you how sewing. Like so, she has this production, the 200 like T-shirts to to deliver like in 2 weeks, and she was despairing. Like she said, "Sit here, I will teach you close these T-shirts and the overlock." Say, okay, you're giving me money after it's fine because okay, and she put me there. So I started my journey in fashion and art. So, and in front of my home too, she have a little shop, and she say, everything you sell for me, I will give it 15%. So, yeah, it's more money. So I said, that's good. So in the morning, I work in the atelier with her. In the afternoon, I work in the shop. But she has a salon, the hair too, in the weekends. So she put me to wash the ladies' hairs. So I think I get inspired with the woman's world because she's my muse. Like you want to see, she like in the mirror, I help her, like it shows his clothes, and she not in, I want an artist. I like just drawing, like my canvas was in my street. Like but she said, let's put this guy to work, right? So my first like media was pastel chalk. We have like the bunches when you do construction, you have like the I forget the name right now. You have like you do like the finishes in house. It's like chalk, right? So this finish, like I take these chalks, it's like drawing a lot in the streets, drawing. One, I have a little history to talk about the chalk because it's so important for me. Because when I have like almost 7 years old, she was dropping off like a dress for her client. And when she was dropping off this dress for a client, she said, I will lock this door, the glass, right? Like because your brother is sleeping, and you're still here playing with your friends until I come back. I say, okay. So I was like, but I said, I get out of my chalk, so I say I go home, taking my more. But when I arrived there, the doors was locked. So I tried like open the door, the glass, it didn't open. So I like there is a seat, like a bench. I jump and broke the glass and push. So I cut all this arm here, like I broke all this fall, like was like a drama. My artery open, like blown for everywhere. When my mom arrived in my home, I was in another city. In the hospital, they say they say you wanna amputate this arm, this guy, and she arrived in the hospital. Someone otherwise, like when she arrived in the hospital, someone the all white told her, "You should nobody touch your son in this hospital." and she running. When she come to the emergency, she look at me, and the doctor said, "What are you doing here?" And she said, God sent me here. No one touched my son in this hospital." And it was crazy. I said, "No, God, no one touched my son here." But and the guy said, "If you took this guy to another city right now, he will die." And she's, "No, I have the vision." She's crazy. Like, I have the vision. No, we will took this guy, he go to this city 1 hour and a half, where is the have the right doctor, you know? And she took me in this car, like, because the ambulance at this hospital don't wanna take me. So because say this guy will die, so the small ambulance for a small city, my city, took me to there, and they put IV, blood. I arrived there, they did the surgery, and the doctor said, "His arm will don't grow." My mom's looking, I see his arm is growing, I have the vision. So, so I'm so grateful for all the women, because I know you guys is so strong, to raising kids. Today I have 33 years old. I want a kids, but I know how it's difficult. My mom have 17 and had me. So I know how you guys have power. I know how the power, the family, how the heritage, like the tradition. I respect that so much. Like, family for me is connection with, like, God. Like, it's the foundation. So I start, like, and so, like, uh, talk about me a little bit. So I started my first course in fashion because I was working to her with 10 years old. I was working a lot. So she put me in this course, like, to do fashion design with 14 years old. And I started, like, see, like, the garments. I love color. So this is like it's a bed sheet. So I created my first, like, a dress, like, with a bed sheet, like, because it was the fabric. She don't want to give me fabric. She, like, find out. So I, like, have to find out of, like, the curtains, like, make it, like, jackets, take everything. So this was my first project. So I did the school for fashion with 14, and after I did, like, fashion designer with, like, 20 in Brazil. And I started, but this is, in the same time, I was doing watercolor. So watercolor for me was so important too. I love it. I love it, this on the water. You wonder, the first time I say watercolor, but so what is watercolor? I remember this teacher talking about watercolor. For like, what is that? And I can mix it, everything. So today I do everything with, like, all is Paulo specializing oil painting or this. No, because in the beginning I don't have anything. The things I find out in my grandmother's house, in my uncle's house, like, I was taking, like, the chalk is here, the oil here. Oh, I find out that. So I will mix everything to make some art. And I started, like, making canvas, big canvas with fabrics. And I was so fascinated with art and fashion together. And I started creating, like, these big patterns. And sometimes I take these patterns and make some clothes too. I feel like, why not? Why you don't play? So I will show for you guys a little bit after. And, like, this media key we have here, we have oil painting, you have acrylic, and you have, some piece of an old T-shirt. Can I took from my father? So I started to, like, playing. You have a button, so I always like to create the paintings, give a little life, a little history. This is a process too. So when I come to New York, and let's go a little bit back. I was working for this brand in Brazil, and I left, and I have a desire to go somewhere in a small city. So I supposed to go to São Paulo, and my director said, no, you have to leave from this country because people don't understand you here. You're too crazy. You have to leave. So I went to my therapy, and I told him, I don't know if I go to New York or if I go to Milan because my family is from Milan. And and he said, sit here, sit here. Close your eyes, the earth. Open your eyes, the universe. I closed my eyes. I opened a little bit for see what he's doing, and he was. I don't know. He was spiritual too. Like I don't like he was talking, like doing something. He was hypnotizing me, and say when they say, Paulo, where are you? I open my eyes, and so I walk in the streets. I put my hands in the windows, and I was vivid. And I remember my first collection, and this like 14 years old was inspiration in New York, in all the buildings. So was like so interesting. The another day, I don't speak anything in English at all. The book on the table. I say I go to New York. So I bought a flight, take this money from this company. I buy the fly. I find a place to study English here, you know. But I have more dreams, you know. I have like I always heard about FIT. What is FIT? You know, like I learned like oh DKNY. Who is her? Who is she? Right? And I come to New York. I arrive in the city. When I walk and FIT, front of FIT, I have a vision. I said, I will study here, and better, I will be a teacher here one day. And that's, but I don't speak English, right? So I start learning English, and one day I put all my things together, my portfolio, and send for the director, the haute couture. Because my dream when I was young is making like linen. My favorite fabric is linen. I think it's so important. It's in the world for hundreds. I think it's the first fabric is you having, right? And I love silk too. So I don't know. I don't. It's a good taste. I don't know where this comes from, but I love it. you know. And you guys can see I love flowers too. I'm obsessed with flowers. So whatever. I send my things for FIT, and she called me, the director to call me and said, Paulo, you have 5 tests to do this course, and you have to have all this in the back. Like you have to know sewing 6 years, you have to know that like 4 years. I like, okay. But and like it's 100, like it's you have to pay each test, but you are in. You are in. You don't have to do any tests. I say, really? So I mean, in the last, like now, in the last semester, the haute couture in FIT, I'm learning. I sent for I want to be a teacher here one day, so they guide me, or you have to have more 2 years, the apparel, you have to do that, you know. So I started creating and making these pieces. One day I have this idea for this guy, for the Kit Kat Club, the cabaret. I have this big idea, like I want to make this garment with like silk, 100% silk, and have to be hand painted. So I painted all this big, like 8 hours, 8 like piece. The silk was 2. And I usually the FIT, like my studio, because they had these big tables, they have everything inside. So this was the final piece. It's for me, it's art, like I know fashion is a big business, but I see that with like art, like it's so important, like Fashion, I think I always say fashion is not about clothes, it's about behavior, what we express, like what you act and express in this world. Fashion says so much about us. The little socks you put in the morning, like everything. People said, I'm enough fashion, but you painting your home with the fashion color right now, girl. Your fashion is not just it's everything. It's the we together here we creating fashion too. So I use it it is funny because in my vision board I was say one day I will buy a home in the Hamptons, like in my vision board when I was young. And I started working for Marnie in the Madison Avenue, right? For 2 years. And I met because I did a workshop from Diane von Furstenberg, and she said, New York the designers is like a fake to make, okay? So you have to work in retail. You have to go work in retail, you have to go work in retail and find your client. I'm like, okay, so where are you going to work? So Marnie, it's like they support the arts world a lot, so I say, I will try work with them. And the same time, I'm not a brand like trying to contract me, but they say we don't pay you. It's just credits for your school. But how I will live in New York just to do credits for my school? So I send them like a email for Marnie. I'm an artist. I wanna do that. And they call me in the same day. In 3 days I was in the shop, and the 4 I was working. So it was fast. So I met all these people from Madison Avenue and Marnie coming to do a pop-up in the Hamptons. And I came together. And I met when I arrived here, say, look, it's like I was here before. That's so interesting. I met Mary Jane, one of my friends. I love her. Maybe you guys know her. She introduced me to the church too. And I was feeling it's so interesting. And she starts talking about the history about this city, and how the city is grounded with art, and how this coming. And when I was reading about, searching about, this 2 years ago, I was like, oh, that's, yeah, I don't know if it existed past lives, but my energy was here. I don't know, I don't like it, but my energy was here. And this is the name of these three pieces. Before I come here, is the Hamptons ladies. So before I come here, and when I show for the girl, no, this is the Hamptons ladies. This is something a little bit, a little bit, and and this is a little bit what I do with the hands too. I can do everything, I can do with the hands, but this is in fashion. Always I want to put in art. This is my painting oils too. My my when people ask to me what my inspiration, right? Of course, the first one is the woman's. The second is in the nature, the building, the city, the houses. But I think it's everything. When they see your eyes, when they see your hair, when they see the way you talk, it is all the time, making me inspired or goosebumps. It's inspiration. So sometimes I'm walking, I stop and start to look in this house, like the details, the things. I think everything is inspiration for us. And the name of this painter is Holy Spirit, because it connect with me with a tough time. But when I was doing this painting and crying, and talking with the power, like it making me like so strong and like and I believe in art you can find our high self. You know, like when you stay there, just you without nobody, like you know. And I want to talk about a little bit this project. So my first professor in Brazil in fashion, she can help me many things. Say, no, Paulo, you are. I want to help you. You know, like I want to help you on that. So she was my mentor. She starts this project in Brazil with the silk. That's the silk, the beginning the silk. So she sent me products. I will send you, I'll show you guys. She sent me some little products. This is the raw silk. You know, this is the kazoo. Like, you know, like the silk, if you guys don't know, the silk started with the eggs. And the after come to this, like the lagarde. How do you say lagarde? It's lagarde? Like the little insect? Larva, thank you. And after having the kazoo, right? And after she came for this, after to turn into a butterfly or like this, we say mariposa. Moth. Thank you, appreciate that. And you know, but these ladies, what you do in Brazil? Because if you take the silk from here, you have to kill in her, right? But you kill her like if you take from here. But what is they doing there? But she died after 20 days too, right? Like, but what are they doing there? They leaving she open the kazoo because if you take it before the silk, you have like a big thread, you know, like this is the fine silk. But if she left and broke, the silk broke. So you have to silk more like more like a rustic, like. So what I'm trying to do with the make the clothes and things with this silk they will throw away, you know, like they throw away. So she said to me, because you can make threads for embroidery, you can make everything, you know. So I, I they sent to me to creating this art that I'm doing. You guys, if you want, I don't know if you guys can go, just check it out a little bit after there downstairs. I put some things there because I will make something with fabrics, with garments, or like I will bring like painting too. I will mix it up, everything, you know, and that's it.
Does anyone have any questions for Paolo? Questions? Paolo, I want to hear a little bit more about you coming to New York. I know you came from Brazil. When did you end up in New York? How long have you been working there?
So when I arrived in New York, I just bought my flight and this this course to learn English. But when I start learning English, like there, I don't understand anything, and the professor come to me and say, "You have to learn English with something you like it." So I was searching about like spirituality, and I found out about Kabbalah, and another's like Deepak Chopra. So I learned English with Deepak Chopra and Kabbalah. And when I learned about Kabbalah and these things, I started like eh, like meeting peoples, and I met this Brazilian girl. She introduced me with this brand. They wanna open make like bikinis, and I was here in my second month, and they say, Paulo, you wanna be here? I say yes. So you apply your O1 visa. You apply your O1 visa, and you start to work with design for us right now. I said, okay. That's good, like I'm at the second month here. But after that, I work with her, like we building these bikinis, the swimwear brand, luxury, and we sold in Matriarcha here in the Hamptons. So my bikinis arrived here before than me. But this was crazy. And and Matriarcha sold that, and after that, so when I left this brand, I worked for 2 months because I was 2 months a little when I left the brand. I never worked like stay like without do anything. So what I did, I stayed 2 months without work. Say I have to work, I have to work. So I start asking for the creator what I have to do, and I listen a voice. You you far from the creation, for creation. Okay, from the animals. And my friend worked with a walking dog, and I was like, okay, I say I'm surrender. I can do that. And I walking with dogs in the Central Park. This will be a movie one day, I believe it will. but, but I walk with the dog, like five, four dogs here, have like in the Central Park. And but it's funny because I never want to walk in Madison Avenue. I was walking Central Park or the another, but it's never like after like 6 months I was working in Madison Avenue. So I come to Marnie. I work 2 years for a day. After I work a little bit with Donna Karen too, with her for the Urban Zen. But I left because I have some projects mine too. But I love her. She's amazing, you know. And what else? Now is I'm doing some my own projects, like focusing my art because I was getting like anxious, working for people. So I say I have to work for myself right now. I'm here.
Amazing, amazing. Question.
Do you have any photos of your current projects or more of your fashion designs?
I have. I can show. Let's see if I can show something here. I have a lot. Just something. This is was my project with swimwear and silk, just for you guys see. And this is like this bikini is like I always say it's for bridal. It's like this one was like a sustainable fabric too. It's like like a, how to say, biodegradable. I like this word, but I don't want to say biodegradable. Thank you so much. I still learning, okay? look, look at this. So in the prints we made too. This one too. This one. This I make this. This collection was inspiration in was expired like in the men's clothes for the women's clothes because I believe clothes don't have gender. I don't know who said that this is woman, this is man. I think clothes you can everyone can use everywhere. You know, like what you feeling. You know, like so I took the blazer and make a cover up. This is like 100% silk too. The whole. Here another picture. Let's see. And the photos. It's not much amazing here, but I can give to you after. I will try to show this pattern for you. This I love lacy too. I'm obsessed with lacy because I'm an old lady, you know. Like I love lacy, I love linen, I love silk. You know? Can you repeat again? Can you give?
Oh. How do you design your prints? Do you use computers or do you just do your artwork on canvas?
That's I do. I do the beginning. I now I'm trying because with AI, it's some things I go to do some things, but will be like in the iPad with the hands.
Yes.
So I never do. But all my prints come from like handmade photo after
Handmade
print.
photos sent
Yes.
out. Okay, great.
I always come for me fashion for the fashion I come from have to start with art. You know, like have to have this connection with art. If not, it's difficult.
They're beautiful.
This is a print too. At some beginning, you can go to the party with a pants, right? I love it jewelry too, so I learn about like stones, gemology. I wanna show in this one. I know God showed for me in the right path with this piece when Miley Cyrus, her stylist, called me and say we want this piece. And like you feel, thank you God, thank you. I'm saying it. Let's see. This is this is was the another project I did for Kit Kat Club, the cabaret too, for the head carpet. I will find out like more things for you here. Mm, I have more one portfolio. Portfolio. Hold on. Was here. Let's see. Maybe. I think it is work. So this is was a project for public school. I did it Savant Studios from Brooklyn. So I designed this piece. This is we can't say much here, but it's all many shirts together. I stay sewing this piece 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. without stop. And like we are in the zone, we are the flow. We don't just see the skies, the sun coming. So what am I doing here? You know, because you know when you work in fashion or you have some project, like you see like you're working and you go, you have to do it, and you go it like you love it. So it come out, you know. Like sometimes I say this will be terrible. Like it's how this get is so nice, you know. How you know guys you how and this is too this is this is the starts here this one too. It's like is the silk fringe This was styling. This is what it's not fashion, but sometimes they play with styling too. Have to do everything in New York, right? So we play with everything. This was the styling I did, and I just did like a styling for Hunger magazine. Is will be my first like magazine. A little more art for you guys. These two. This I was living in Harlem, the first one, and was the eclipse, the day the eclipse. And I wake up like 3:30 to 4:30, go to see the eclipse. And and this represent the woman says represent me too, like I was like crying with the sun, like it was the first eclipse I saw in my life. So after that, I went to home, stayed there 2 days making this piece. This is so funny. Since I was young, I like to do these small things. I don't know why. And when I was in FIT, beating, it's the beats. So I have all, if you go to my archive now, I have some pieces here. You guys want to check it out after? Like if you go to my archive, because these small drawings, you see a lot of that. So if I want to make a collection, they have it all there, like don't have to do anything. And one thing interesting to say for you, my mind, when I'm in Zoom calls, I make jewelry. I can't, and I'm in the Zoom talking, but I'm like I have to have a paper. You went in the phone, because today I understand it's not just anxious, but it's something say, I don't want to be in this zone. I want to be making things, but I'm there, I'm present. So to be present, I have to make. And when in the phone, I make shoes. So I love shoes. When my mom was going to the church, my mom went to the church, and she bought these high heels, beautiful. I don't want to walk in the streets with high heels. I want to just try to see, when she went to the church, I took these high heels from her and try. This is funny. One night she was coming back, but I sit in the sofa. He put my legs up, and and fall asleep. And she arrived, and so she find out I was using her shoes. It was so funny. So this is this is something. And all these designs, I wanna all these designs. One day I wanna. This is my fashion is behavior. It's not about what you wear. It's about how you act and express it. And I'm let's show. It's sometimes when I have I can show you. I just made this jacket too. It's linen. It's linen jacket, and this is what I guess in New York you can get an expiration every time. 100% all the time, and it's so interesting. And I want to show another thing, but oh yes. So look at the shoes. And she was walking so cute. It was a dream, in my mind it was a dream. I one thing I can say for you guys, I see everything like a pattern. Yeah, and I can print. I can take you guys here print make a silk skirt. Because it's my mind. Sometimes when I was young, I look at people in the street and I start to change day in my mind. If I don't like the shoes, I change the shoes. If I don't like the skirt, I change the skirt. So they're I say, Mom, I don't know why I'm doing that. This is wrong. My mom say, this is a gift. Shh. Oh, okay. Because I was thinking, I don't like judge people with no, it's not judging you, just help it. But okay. But yes, you saw, and like my favorite color is yellow. And looking like it was she looking it is how she's fab, you don't have to like you can be. I say for people you have to play, you have to show. You sometimes you have these clothes you is in your home. We can die tomorrow. You don't know. So take out, go out with your clothes. No, don't wait for the time. Like it just be fun. This life we're supposed to come here to having fun, like you're supposed to hear to. And fashion you can express that, and for me like art when you start and we can put in fashion you can put art to walk, and people see that. I have in my home because I they maybe I created something. Yeah, I love fun things you guys saw like it. I don't have here because I took some things from here. Mm, no, I don't have here. But I can send you. I can send you. So yeah, I arrived like today downstairs. I can have some drawing some things for you. It's just like set up something. It's not, but it's not like a. But you come in 1 week, you will see a lot of things because I'm doing when I'm doing my paint if I'm doing a fabric textile painting, I have to have papers and a canvas together because I will make three for the same time. I try to focus in one thing, but I can't. And when I will cleaning my brushes, I will cleaning some paper to do another art. Because I always I bring some fabrics for all my clients when they make some clothes with me. I bring the fabrics to to do something too. I'm doing FIT, and they always put some fabrics in the trash. I go there, take everything. You have so many good things. Like sometimes I find like 100% silk, linen. One time, this time they was taking these curtains and throw away. I took the curtains, for me, because I think everything can repurpose. I don't do like 100% repurpose. I don't believe in in sustainable fashion, but I believe you can have continuous about what you use, the way you use, and sometimes like eh, like I'm saying, one day I work for Chanel. Chanel is the big brand, right? We don't have to create be all sustainable, but we can take 40% the whole brand and make a project, and show for people we have now 40% to give to you. They have such power to influence people. Why you don't show we destroying the world, you make all these things, but 40% here we looking for this place, for this environment can support us, right? So how you can give a little bit, to help everything. You guys want to check it out there a little bit? Let's go.